Hey guys, I am Hijack, and welcome to my very first episode on the SifaCraft Feed the Beast server. Now, of course, first thing is first, we need to thank our benign ninja Minecraft overlord Sifa. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for inviting me onto your server. I love it here. I love hanging out here. I love hanging out with all the guys on here. I love building all the things. And I love playing all the games. So thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Now, I thought long and hard about what I was going to do for my first episode, and I decided that I was just going to go ahead and go traditional with it and just go on a little bit of a walkabout, especially since a lot of stuff's already been built around here. I'll take the opportunity to show off some of the things I've built, make a few comments on them, and then we'll go back to my Fortress of Solitude and check that out. So, once again, thank you, Sifa. And first things first, we come to the spawn portal chamber building, which I think looks kind of cool. I mean, I was going for sort of an Asian vibe to it, and from down here, you sort of get that with the peaks on the side there. Now, on the inside, obviously, we have books to interesting places. We have the Twilight portal. We got the Nether portal, and you know, just to comment on my building style, I always want to make sure I have a lot of depth and interesting features and flourishes. Basically, if it's a flat wall, I pretty much hate it. Now when it comes to Feed the Beast, you got to make sure that not only do your buildings look cool when you walk up to them, which is one of my personal most fussy points that I make when I build. I want to make sure it looks really good when you're walking up to it. But in Feed the Beast, you also have to make sure that it looks good from pretty much every angle, because people are going to be flying around and teleporting to and fro. And you know, from that perspective, I think this building is pretty much a success. I mean, it's not exactly a masterpiece, but it's cool, it's functional, it looks pretty decent, so I'm more or less happy with that. So we will continue with our little walking tour of spawn on the road, which I've also been working on. Not sure how much I like this, but I don't hate it, so it'll probably stay that way until inspiration strikes. This here is David's house. It's sealed up. He doesn't want anybody going in there, but he has glass on the ceiling, so we can go ahead and take a peek. And we can see some people have left a bunch of signs, I guess, before he sealed it off. And he's already moved off to his base out in a bamboo forest somewhere. But he has left this here for us, which I love. I use it all the time. It's a charging pad. Awesome. Now, here is the town hall. Now, when I built the town hall, I started, actually, with sort of a vision of these stained glass windows over here. And I sort of, from that initial inspiration of these stained glass windows, I sort of built everything else around it, even though I didn't actually put those windows in right away. Though that was the first thing I thought of. So, and because of that, it sort of is cathedral-esque. You know, because I don't know about you, but pretty much the first thing I think of when I think of stained glass windows is like a Gothic cathedral. Now, obviously, this isn't Gothic, but it is cathedral-esque, and it's pretty. I think it came out pretty good. And yes, this tower does not match those towers, and you couldn't mess up that bad unless you did it on purpose. So I did do it on purpose, just because I wanted to be different. Now you'll note that I make heavy use of stairs and slabs and walls of various and varying thicknesses. And also, I'm pretty fond of iron bars too. Now, I just in my opinion, those are all essential blocks in order to build anything that, to my own personal satisfaction. And I'm also pretty proud of this color scheme I concocted over here for these stained glass windows. And obviously it's not very complicated or anything, but you'll note that it goes from green to magenta to green here, and then it goes to green, and then it progresses through the same colors on this on the back side of the building here, and then we're back to magenta here, and then instead of magenta like it is in the middle on the other side, it's green on this side. So it varies, it's subtle. I don't think anybody noticed it, but I really like it. So why don't we go ahead and step inside this place, across the threshold and into the town hall. Most people tell me that they like this window the best, and I can't blame them. I like it too, and it was sort of, you know, what everything grew out of. I actually like these little ones up there. I don't know why exactly, but I mean they're the least complicated of them all, but I just really like them. I think they just sort of like accent it perfectly. Now you probably know what this block is, because I'm sure you watch Sifa's videos and the other guys' videos. So this is the first block broken on the server, and it's been properly ensconced in gold, as it is totally worthy and deserving of such treatment. And this is our sort of like the main hall, the town hall, where we have a lot of our award ceremonies and our gatherings, and we hang out here and give out trophies to the winners of the games. And this is our mayor. He is Mr. Town Mayor, and he just stands there. He doesn't do anything. He's totally useless, just like a real town mayor. But not as bad as the mayor of Toronto. Now here we have our monitor announcing the next server games, and the Lost and Found Stairs community thing. We'll check that out one of these days. Down here is the basement, which is, you'll notice, directly across from the main entrance, and I think it looks pretty good. Now I didn't do the basement by myself. Dutch did help out. He brought my attention to putting these beams across the top, which I really like. So proper props to the Joker Man for that. And here we got some community stuff. We got enchanting table, community smeltery, coke oven, blast furnace, regular furnaces. We got an uncrafting table, courtesy of Slugs. Thank you, Slugs. And a grindstone, extra handles. Eventually we'll probably want to put some more machines down here. I was actually pretty surprised that this area down here gets much use at all. When I built it, I really didn't think that it would get much use, but people do use it occasionally, and that makes me happy. Now, this is Town Hall, as I've probably said several times already. I'll just put myself up on my little bat perch up here and look at it from up here. This is one of my favorite angles. I think it just looks pretty. Now, normally when I build stuff, I don't use this many colors. I usually try to restrict my my block palette to be less ostentatious, less colorful. Ostentatious I like. Colorful is something I don't usually do. But I think this came out really good. I like it. Now, continuing on the road around spawn, we come to this, which is my spawn hut. This is the first thing I built on the server. Pretty much as soon as I got cobblestone, I came up out of the hole and started building this thing. I'm going to leave it just the way it is, because it is sort of my own little personal monument to the first day of the server. And since it's not totally ugly, it's alright. We'll just poke our heads in here for just a second. We can see we got just basic stuff. Chests, barrel, unifier, and we got a little, just a furnace that just got coal in it, and I was using this to smelt cobblestone into smooth stone, and it came out down here. Voila. And there's my epically beautiful painting and my first bed. Oh, the memories. So let's go. Let's get out of here and continue on the road. Now over here, there's not much going on. Somebody's got a whole bunch of harvesters harvesting rubber. I wonder who. I do not know who's doing that. And oh, right there, should point out, is a monument. a monument to the 4 fearless SifaCraft heroes who took it upon themselves to battle an endless horde of withers. Now, in the end, they lost their lives, they lost all their stuff, but they were victorious. They slayed them all. And it was a consensus decision amongst the 4 fearless saints that they deserved a monument. So I sort of took it upon myself to build them one. Now let's head over here for a second. Now the 4 heroes I should enumerate are Mr. Bad Knight, the Sorcerer, Seamus Cameron, Hijack, that would be me, and the supervillain himself, Joker Man, cast aside his deep-seated hatred of mankind long enough to join forces with us to defend the server. And you'll know it's got 3 skulls on it for, you know, three-headed wither, and this is obsidian, kindly donated by Common Sense Gamer. Thank you, Common. And I think it looks pretty cool. I mean, like I said, I like ostentatious, so, and that's pretty ostentatious. It is flat though, and I usually don't like building flat things, as I've already said, but for an obelisk it seemed appropriate, and I think it looks really cool. This is where we're going to have the star from the final wither, and we'll have some sort of method of telling the tale to future generations of SifaCrafters. And let's see, why don't we go ahead and go down to the bottom so we can look at this. This thing is not done. This is just a pilgrimage path that I built for the said future generations of SifaCrafters to come and pay tribute to the 4 saints who defended them in their world. So I think it looks pretty cool. Like I said, it's not done. I think I like the color scheme. I like going with the nether brick. You know, just more tribute to the wither being a nether creature. And it's got a nice bridge. It wraps around, and this is going to be, you know, like I said, the visitor center where we'll have the star and we'll tell the tale on some sort of plaque or something. I think that's pretty rad. You can see down here, you can see it. I built the stairway so that it would wrap around the natural face of the cliff, and I think I pulled it off. I think it's mostly successful. It's not perfect, but it's cool, in my humble opinion. Over here, we get to the industrial waterfront of the spawn village. We have Slug's open air warehouse place. He's got his smeltery, and he's got a Steve's Cart tree farm over here, which does not seem to be working at the moment, but it does work. I've seen it work. And over here is where Slugs used to have a bunch of stuff, but now it just sort of spawns mobs, and that's it. Obviously, Slug has his main base off in a jungle, so he doesn't have all his stuff here anymore. And over here, more along the industrial waterfront, we have Stair Hermit's Mob Grinders, Stair Hermit's Pigman Diamond Farm over there, and Stair Hermit's Chapel. Oh, and look at that thing. You know what that thing is, right? It's a space ball. Built by the sorcerer Seamus Cameron as his spawn house. It's actually cool. It's got a lot of character. It gives a little bit of like Epcot Center, Magic Kingdom, space ball vibe to spawn. That's pretty rad. I know you're dying to see what's inside, so let's take a peek. Yep, he's got an unmowed lawn inside a sphere at spawn. I presume the sorcerer has some sort of epic plan for this, but who knows. In any event, it does look cool, just sitting out here the way it is. And this is Common's shop. As you may have seen in Common's videos, he is selling enchantments, and he's got a running whole like enchanted book duplication system over here, which is pretty rad. Not cheaty duplication, but through the typesetting table and the printing press. So bibliocraft stuff. It's pretty cool. I've never used these things before, so I should probably learn that. I know most of the mods pretty well, but I've never done the book printing. We'll carry on along the path, and this is more of common stuff. I think he moved all of his stuff out of here. Yeah. So this was pretty cool. He had a computer system where you had to prompt to enter the password in order to get into his house. Pretty rad. And this thing is just a thing, just a gazebo corner roadhouse thing, because it's Minecraft, and sometimes you just want to build stuff on Minecraft, and it looks kind of cool. So past here we go. This is Boy Guy's spawn house, and I hear a monster. Where is he? Die, sucker. There we go. Give me your brain. Alright, as I was saying, this is Boy Guy's house. His spawn house, I should say. And as you can see, Boy Guy leads a very Spartan lifestyle. The man is not into luxury at all. But that's perfectly fine. He's got his own main base also out, and he's keeping it hidden, I believe. So we don't really want to know what's going on there yet. This is cool looking. What is this? We got warded stone block. We got a door that I can't open. Some foul sorcery appears to be afoot. I have to investigate this. Might be evil. Now, up in here, this was originally slated to be the commercial district. And this is Stair Hermit's shop. Now, this place has been here pretty much since like the first day of the server. But as far as I can tell, there's never actually been anything in any of these chests. I don't know. I mean, it says machines are upstairs, but there's nothing up there. So I'm not sure if he just tore everything down, or if he's got plans for this place, or if it's just going to be another monument to the first day of the server, which is fine with me. I mean, it's a perfectly fine building. Now over here is the Jokerfish. Welcome to Jokerfish. Opening soon. It's so delicious. Closed for a week due to vacation. Well, if it's opening soon, maybe it wasn't necessary to close it? I don't know. But he has had a customer, apparently. Villains be villainous and do villainous things. Alright, well, we won't be going in there. I'm sure it's booby-trapped by the mad supervillain. So, let's see. Anything else at spawn? Oh, yeah. There we go. Up here is Tommy's Spawn Services, as I call it. I'm not sure he ever actually gave it a name, but that's what I call it. And in here, we get infinite pork chops, resupplied by his base automatically. He's also got inner pearls and leather for the server. It's pretty snazzy. And we'll donate some zombie remains to him. I have given him a diamond before, so don't get on my case about that. Now, up here is in Flinticle's house, as is kindly pointed out by this sign, which is in, I think, a really great spot. Because not only does he have a wonderful view of the town hall, he has nice open spaces of the rainforest or jungle biome we're in. Yeah, tropical rainforest. And it just seems to like a really great spot. So, and it's a pretty nice little house too. Now, that's pretty much the spawn village as it is right now. What the heck, I'll go explain Stair Hermit's diamond farm, because I can. And it's cool, and it's kind of neat. So, there's a Pigman soul shard up there. and it's actually set to run off a comparator down here. So when someone jacks enough diamonds out of this chest, the signal will get the appropriate length to trigger the wireless redstone receiver up there to turn it on. And when the pigmen, obviously they'll fall to their doom on these obsidian pipes, their bits and bobs will get sucked up and then put into the system, and then these diamond pipes will sort out the trash. So it'll send the gold nuggets, which is what he's after, into these cyclic assemblers from thermal expansion, and then all the miniature hearts and shards of minium and zombie heads will get shuttled off into these chests. So cyclic assembler will take gold nuggets, turn it into ingots, and then those ingots via minium stone will be turned into diamonds. It's a beautiful and simple and beautifully simple diamond farm. And it can also be used as an XP farm because he's installed pistons here, which is groovy. Alright, so I think that is spawn. Anyone know how to stop wisps from spawning? Yeah, run away. You'll notice that I'm a terrible typist. Alright, so this is spawn. Let's go ahead and hop into the Nether Nexus. Joker is actually working on a Nexus in a Void Age, which super psychedelic electric pussycat, My Little Pony, only an insane criminal genius only an insane criminal genius could come up with such a strange and demented Nexus. But we will not be going to that because it's not done, and I'm pretty sure he wants to show that off himself. So anyway, this is the Nether Nexus. It looks very nice and clean, also built by the Dutch Joker. It looks good. Now my house is over here, right next to Tommy, is Hijack's Fortress of Solitude. And over here is Seamus Cameron's Evil Wizardry and Spartan Kicking Center, which is also pretty cool looking. We'll go check that out one of these days. This is Common Sense Gamer's house, or his base out in the wilds. Bad Zach, he's got a village he's building. Oh, Raven's got a book now. That's new. And then we got various other books over here. We got Mushroom Island Biome, Slug's Jungle Base. We have David's Bamboo Base, Luffy's Base, Phony's Base, Atlantis, which is a hole in the ground with water and glass. Yeah, to each their own. Stairs, Old Base actually, and then of course Sifa's Base, which I'm sure everybody's seen because everybody watches all of Sifa's videos. Alright, let's go to my house, the Fortress of Solitude. Alright, here we are. Now this place is not done, but a lot of it is. Think of it as half of a skeleton of the finished product, like the pelvis and the femurs and the patellas and the tibias and fibias and libias and the phalanges or whatever the feet bones are called. And we still have like the entire upper body of the skeleton to do. And there's actually quite a bit of the internal guts we got to work out too. So we just have a skeleton that's got lots and lots to go. I'll point out that the first thing I'm going to be doing is going to be putting 4 much larger towers in the central sections between each of the ice towers. And they're going to be about 3 times as tall and about twice as wide. So that's going to be the next step, and then also running a bunch of hallways and pipes and wires and such, which will be grand. Now, I'm going for epic. Epic is what I always want to do. I always want to go for bigger. Bigger is better, and you know, less is also more, which is contradictory and oxymoronic, but that is my motto when it comes to building. And sometimes I have to stop myself from just adding too many little details. So it's hard, I get carried away sometimes, as you may have noticed from like the monument bridge thing. Alright. Now, one more thing, actually. You'll note there is a secret project site. Now that secret project site is where I am going to build Shady Brain Acres. Because I have supervillains to lock away, starting first and foremost with the Joker. Let's go and take a look at the construction site. This is where it's going to be. It's going to be on this mountain, overlooking the sea, storm-battered cliffs. We're going to build a large central keep with towers and walls and fences and advanced security. It's going to be epic, it's going to be tall, it's going to be grand, and it's going to have the Joker imprisoned deep within its bowels. It's going to have all the modern amenities, you know, a secret insane asylum would need. Medical facilities, mob grinders, food generation, you know, everything. Modern computer systems, ME networks, all the shizzle wizzle you could ever need. So that's what's going to be out here. And I'm going to build a little bit on this in every episode. At least that's the idea. And I'm also going to, I'm one of those guys that has a lot of projects going on at the same time. So I'm going to be building on this. And I'm going to be building on my Fortress of Solitude. And I'm probably going to be building stuff around Spawn and other places too. And of course, setting up server games and whatever else I need to do. So that'll keep me from building this thing too quick, because I have a tendency to just go ahead and just build. And I could end up building this thing in like 2 days. And that wouldn't make for very good videos, I don't think. So we'll take it slow. And I'll point out some tips and tricks and ideas, and you guys can give suggestions, and it'll be fun. It'll be great. So, thank you all for watching. I am Hijack. This has been my very first YouTube video, and thank you very much. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that business. Thank you.